Welcome back, 5 Aces.
Battle control initialized.
Hey people, 5 Aces here. Quick, the stars have aligned. The kids are asleep. My toddler has, against all odds, fallen asleep early on. Because he's been vaccinated, so he's kind of passing out, phasing in and out of existence at the time present. So time to get some casts in. We are going to be in hot pursuit of Anjew, who is tackling Mr. Unano today. And the backlog has almost dried up. We're almost at the playoffs, and after the playoffs there's going to be, as promised, the 2v2 tournament, and then we're going to dedicate ourselves to the great unknown of the Dark Tournament. That is something I'm really stoked for. Sorry for my equipment breaking apart, basically everything coming undone last cast. At this point, you know what? Tomorrow I'm hosting a sort of environment day at our school, and it's something that I organized and put hundreds of hours into organizing and getting ready. And there is a really cool institution that are gonna send some people to show up and explain the concept. That's a repair cafe. If you've ever heard of that, that's basically an institution where you can just bring broken and defective electronic devices and repair them for free. Have them repaired for free. Obviously, no guarantees, but you know, still a really cool idea. And I'm starting to think maybe I should send half my equipment over there, because yeah, it's falling apart just a little. Anyway, Unano is putting some massive pressure onto the derrick of Anjew. Does Anjew respond in kind? Oh, okay, the engineer is a bit ambitious, trying to take it under fire, trying to claim the spot here. One poor spotter is being left out to dry. Ooh, Anjew's waiting for some more, waiting for his stack to grow. But the firing squad from Unano are pushing back the infantry. Still, for now, the derrick is still alive, and Anjew is trading up thanks to the line of sight advantage. There are some rockets that are really unprotected. Yo, buddy. Unano? What are you doing? What on earth? And Anjew is not exactly in hot pursuit, so this is a really awkward game. Straight out the gate, complete madness between those two players. We're 2 minutes deep and we've already seen a couple of rockets almost sacked. We've seen Anjew not pushing in after taking the victory. We've seen a bruised and battered oil derrick, but nothing of consequence just yet. Both players going for the third refinery after their war factory. Is it going to be light vehicle spam is the question. For now, we're just going to be seeing harvesters added on to the mix. And wow, speaking of mix, that's a very unhealthy mix. You know, if this were food, it would basically just be a mix of like walnuts and butter. This is a very chunky supply of units. 4 rockets early on. Yeah, that is overzealous almost. Spotter gets taken out here. But the Conyard is probably going to get revealed by the second spotter. So this is not exactly a surprise move. This is basically par for the course on this, well, course. What a course though. Okay, we're still seeing, we're starting to see a couple of light vehicles here. Anjew is going for light tanks. And Unano is going for the 1-2 punch. So he's got the APC and he's got the flak track. Flak track for scouting, screening, prodding. The APC for actual staying and tanking power. Okay, there is the flak track revealed. Light tank immediately taking a couple pot shots at it. Ooh, gets it taken out immediately, but gets taken out in return. So a trade that slightly, ever so slightly, favors the Soviet player. It's 100 buckaroos cheaper, I believe. But at the end of the day, Unano just a little ahead in the kill count. Nothing to write home about just yet. The assets should be dead on even, and indeed they are. These builds are completely mirrored, except light tank spam is the name of the game for Anjew. And just a lot of infantry to counter this. In theory, mass infantry is a really good answer to this. The problem is that mass infantry is very immobile. And the problem is light tanks are mobile, so you can definitely catch an opponent off guard. Okay, a massive push out. but the front lines are not where they should be. This is getting real risky. Anjew is trying to get into position, but he's losing a couple of units in doing so. Ooh, a precarious engagement. The rockets are connecting, the light tanks are certainly not, but now he is within kill box range. And no more front lines either. I think this is going to be a very bad engagement for Unano to take, so he's putting his tail between his legs and he's moving back. A couple of units being shaved off. Oh, another flak truck dead. I don't know why Unano keeps adding flak trucks. They don't add much here in this type of engagement. The poke damage doesn't... it's negligible against the mass infantry army, especially on defense. It doesn't do anything against pillboxes. It doesn't tank pillboxes. It doesn't protect against them. And the line of sight, you really only need 1 or 2 flak trucks, not more. Okay, a little detachment being sent towards the ore truck, and it hasn't been revealed just yet, just skirting around the edge of the vision. But immediately the pillbox comes out. Harvester gets pulled back. Well played by Anjew. So far he has not taken any damage, but he hasn't received any damage either. And critically, Anjew's broke. Both on 6 harvesters, so I don't know how Unano managed to float, despite having the higher asset count. And the economy is now starting to... restarting a little bit. Ooh, a little backstab. This army went all the way around, went the long route. Oh my goodness! And the second part of the army, this is a great 1-2 punch here. Anjew cannot defend on both fronts at once. He's gonna lose 1 refinery already. 2 harvesters probably dead. The APCs are going to go in for the crushes. Oh, there is no space for dodging. No dodges possible here. This was a great APC push. And with that being said and done, secondary army is taking out the entire economy lines. This has been a beautiful, almost surgical strike by Unano. I think that may already be spelling the end of game 1 here. Yeah, Conyard being sold. There is no way in hell. Oh, Anjew invested into a second Conyard. He actually expanded. Unlike Unano, who just has his second expansion out now. Yeah, Unano went for the Gatekeeper build, and it paid off big dividends. And as a result, there is just nothing left here. Anjew has a shell of a base. He does no longer have tank production in any capacity whatsoever. He's got the tank production capacity of Liechtenstein right now. And yeah, GG is called. That is the 1-0 up for Mr. Unano. Well played, well played. Surgical strike to remove Anjew's chances at winning in game 1. Let's see if game 2 can hold some more in store for us. See you in a sec.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
And for this one, we're back on Westworld. I don't know if that's a reference to the series or what exactly the name is all about, but it certainly does look really arid and really western. You know, the final frontier. Good old, good old, good old. And the faction picks this time around: Germany, mirror match. This is East versus West. This is the tried and tested classic from the 80s, coming soon to a theater or a country near you. Certainly did come to a country near myself anyway. Back when I was a kiddo, I think I, in theory, would have experienced the last 3 years before the DDR collapsed, before the Berlin Wall went down. So I at least do have in theory some merit there, some life experience, but I was probably a bit too young to appreciate the political nuances. Let's put it that way. Okay, little distinct advantage for Anjew's infantry for now. Well played. We're gonna enable Shroud again. There we go, it just makes it a little more cozy. But he's standing right next to the explosive barrel. That's always such a risky proposition ever since the AoE got buffed. I would rather blow it up. Just as Frank Klepacki puts it so eloquently. Just blow it up. It's do it up, I know. Okay, here's the wraparound from Unano. This time, Anjew gets the Derrick though. And that is literally, I think, the only contested objective on this map. Yep. So as a result, I honestly think, oh, what a nice white front. Well, the engineer gets sacked immediately. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Medics healing from the backlines as well. Oh, no, they've decided to tank. Is he committing for the My goodness, what are you doing, Unano? He's committing for the Derrick. What a grave mistake. He could have just A-moved and pushed out all the infantry and then taken the Derrick. That was a complete fumble here. So that went from being pretty solid early game to just complete disaster. And West Germany forces are reigning supreme. Ranking up, tanking up. My goodness, Unano's also really behind on the War Factory timing. I don't know why. Did he go triple ref? No, he didn't. He's just behind by nature. Oh my goodness, this does not bode well for Unano in Game 2. Well, this may just be a draw series, based on the pace that this has been going so far. Unano has moved out his Connier to the north, trying to secure a little more real estate and just get an extra expansion. His War Factory is only now coming online. That is just so bad. And Anjew has a massive advantage now. Anjew has got his third harvester online. He's gonna have his refinery in a moment. And look at the econ here. There is no econ to speak of. Plus, the frontline War Factory is now gonna delay the eco scaling even further. Look at the travel distance. That is honestly just a series of macro and micro mistakes made by Unano. He was like, you know, I don't want to dominate this series too hard. I'm gonna give you a way back in. You down for that? And yeah, Anjew's certainly down for that. He is adding on to the pressure, putting him in the pressure cooker, and already gearing up with a light tank push. Plus he retained the Derrick, so that's quite some money flowing his way. Unano is going for a service depot as well. So he's going for the entire tech tree after being super behind in the early game, basically not having any sort of semblance of army whatsoever, and having a bad eco route as well to boot. So yeah, I'm giving him 2 or 3 minutes tops. This is not boding well at all. And Anjew also has the right instinct. He is going for an unprotected flank on the right hand side. In goes the flank. He's put it into position. They're waiting in ambush and they have not been spotted by anybody just yet. So yeah, Unano is completely in the dark. Look at his vision. There is no vision to speak of outside of his own base. He's sending a couple spotters now, but they're expensive in a game state this dire. Alrighty, back to full vision. More and more light tanks. I like this idea. Anjew is ahead. So he's just getting more ahead by building a lot of army. Unano has gone for the construction yard. So he can actually somewhat come back if Anjew leaves him enough time to recover. But doesn't look like it. Anjew is hell-bent on pushing in. Oh! This has been an immediate army pullback. Okay, Unano's Ortrax going in. Scatter Command is coming out. That is already a triple Ortrax, even if this push dies. Which it will. It has killed off 3 harvesters. That is a very successful strike. And some rifles being left behind as a distraction. Beautiful play. This is probably not going to reflect itself in a positive KDA, but the economy. 3 under 6 harvesters, and what about the combat tab? Anjew's ahead there as well. And now we can play the left-right game, and there is a lot of light tanks coming his way. My man, Unano, you got dismantled in game number 2. It's a give and take. Okay, spotters have been taken out, the lights are out. It's like killing a ward in any MOBA. Only the ward is armed to the teeth with an AK. No, it's not an AK, it's a German forces, so I guess a Heckland Koch or whatever. Spotter has found the harvester. Here is one army, one puny army. Heralded by a medium tank, but oh my goodness! MCV gets away, slinks away for now, but certainly is gonna have a hard time re-establishing the base here. Light tanks are trying to connect onto the infantry core, and beautiful crushes. Oh my lord! Crushing a 5-stack full of rockets. Oh, that's so chunky. Like biting into a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Like the first chunky bite. Weird. Got food metaphors for days today. It's probably because I'm hungry. After this match, I'm gonna go have my dinner. Alrighty. This is a complete dismantling. What a disaster in game number 2. Game number 1 looked very dominant. From Unano. Game number 2 is quite the reversal here. Anjew playing the Uno reverse card and equalizing the series. The 1-1 equalizer. Great play from both. Really aggressive. Really tit for tat. And enjoyable to watch and to cast as well. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. 5 aces out.
Battle control terminated.